Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. A black Tulsa megachurch pastor is paying $200,000 to the survivors of the 1921 Tulsa massacre. Is this a stunt or is this for real? Now, before we get into it, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comment section below. All comments are welcome. Pastor Michael Todd of Transformation Church in Tulsa is paying the 3 survivors of the Tulsa massacre $200,000 each. Now, there are a couple of questions about this. One is the Tulsa. Let me back up for a moment here and say this. In 1921, a white mob destroyed the Greenwood section of Tulsa, which at the time was considered Black Wall Street. It was a very prosperous community, and a white mob destroyed it. Now, we can get into the massacres of that time themselves, but of course, just coming up on Memorial Day, last Memorial Day was the 100th anniversary of this massacre, and of course revive the issue of reparations. Now, in this particular case, the city and state was culpable because they were involved in the massacre. It was found at the time anywhere from 100 to 300 people were killed, 10,000 people displaced. In other words, they destroyed this community, which is kind of interesting to me because when people say pull yourselves up by the bootstraps, this community did. And like many communities across the nation during this time, during this period of time, they were destroyed by white mobs. But I digress. The city really never paid reparations or made restitutions. If you want to say or call their reparations, basically the city put a park up, kind of gave a little apology, okay, and gave some scholarships. I think it's about 300 scholarships. But in terms of paying for the damage, the community, in a sense, was never really restored. In fact, the freeway runs through it. And any attempts of reparations were quickly squashed, which is, the nature of the whole talk about reparations. And let me just say this about reparations too. The issue of reparations, and I'm always surprised at Christians who will say that we shouldn't pay reparations. And God is for reparations. In other words, basically, reparations is making a wrong right, which is very much biblical if you read the Old Testament law. It's just when it comes to black reparations, that's when people have the biggest issue. And if the nation was to say we're going to pay $1 completely to the black race for reparations, on the basis of hate, people still would oppose it. Okay. Well, now enter Pastor Michael Todd of Transformation Church, and he's decided to pay 3 of the survivors of the massacre $200,000 each. Now, here's a kind of interesting question for me, though. Is this reparations or true reparations? In other words, can we really call this reparations, since Michael Todd is not the one who was the aggressor? Now, giving money to the survivors, and by the way, the survivors were very impressive here, because there are 3 remaining survivors who the youngest of the survivors, Hugh Van Ellis, is 100 years old. Viola Fletcher is 107, and Leslie Randall is 106. That's impressive, though. But they were, I think, babies at the time, though, according to some of them were, or young. Okay. So he decided he was going to pay, pay each 200,000, which from a mega church perspective, it's only about 600,000. So my question again is, or my issue, not issue, but my question is this really reparations? In other words, can we call it the term reparations, or is this just a good gesture on his part? In other words, the city should be paying, see, so the state should be paying, and they, like many other of the white communities, are refusing. They will, it is a hill they will die on, even though they know the effects of slavery, in this case, and racism, did much evil and harm to black communities and people. So I find this is a good gesture on his part. I don't know if we can call this reparations. Okay, he's in a sense, and that's in a sense that's what he's doing. He's using the definition of reparations to say to right the wrong. However, is he the one under the name of reparations? Is he the one to say, I'm going to make reparations? And then, of course, by him paying reparations, does that absolve the city from paying reparations? Can the city now say, well, see, reparations is paid, we don't have to address the reparation issues any longer? My answer to that is, I don't think so. But anyway, that is my perspective. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought, a comment, add it to the comments section below. All comments are welcome. Till next time, I'll see you then.